the city, you driving me crazy, in the best way possible. And no one hesitate, baby, I'm never late. Only late 2 times, maybe a few times, but I won't lie. Sincero, como fue que yo salí reggaetonero, spreading like llamas, llama los bomberos. Sacando pieces back to back, MJ45 back in 97, 98. Baby, me llevas más allá que las estrellas.
All right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. You already know, Darwin got AV behind the camera, and today we have a professional dancer, Cheyenne, right?
Cheyenne, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm struggling with the name, but welcome to the Half Court Podcast. Kind of tell us what you do, and just go from there.
All right. So I dance. I've been dancing for like 19, 20 years at this point, and I decided about 2 years ago to like professionally like pursue dance. So like dropped out of college, like literally went balls to the wall, like I'm gonna dance. So I essentially do commercial dance, but I'm classically trained. So I've done ballet, tap, jazz, all this stuff. I've done Hawaiian, South African, all this crazy stuff. But what I do is like commercial heels work. So I do hip hop and stiletto heels. And I'm hoping to like book with an artist. So I really want to dance for Camila Cabello or Jessie G. Like, I don't know. I just like that's.
So when you say dance, do you want to do like a music video or go on tour with them, or what is it? Both?
Both, yeah. I'd like to.
You like the girls at like Premio Lo Nuestro and shit that come out and they're dancing on stage and stuff. That's tight.
And like be behind the artist, like, and definitely like go on tour. So like I'd love to do like a European tour. Like, yeah.
Okay, so when did this start? Like, did you like what age you were like, all right, this is my shit?
I was like probably 10. My parents, it's actually a crazy story. My parents took me out of school essentially in 5th grade, and they moved me to Texas to live with a dance teacher. From there, that's when I started like pursuing dance. So I would like wake up with this dance teacher. I'd practice like tap dancing in the living room. I ended up going to an engineering school for a couple months, and then the rest of the day I'd be at dance. And then on the weekends we'd drive to Oklahoma. I'd see my parents, and then we go back on Sunday night. And
so you were away from your parents at that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So your parents like believed in you. They were like, let's.
Yeah. I feel like they definitely believed in me, but I feel like they really wanted me to love dance, which luckily I fell into it naturally.
Do they dance?
No. But my dad definitely has like an artsy like bone in him, so maybe that's where I get it. Because my brother does not. I mean, he's definitely like college, military, wife, kid, like whatever. And me, like I just want to like dance.
He can't even Dougie.
So
that is cool. That is a cool, story. You did like a sacrifice at a young age to, do what you love.
Yeah.
And that's it paid off. It's paying off.
Yeah.
So all through high school, were you like, I'm gonna be a dancer, or you just kind of like were doing the typical stuff, and then there came a point where you were like, yeah, I'm gonna be.
So yes, in high school, I knew I wanted to dance. I didn't really know like what I wanted to do with dance exactly. So I ended up going to college for business, actually, in New York. I went to like this small private school, and I went for marketing. And then one day I was like, I just want to dance. Like, that's all I want to do is dance. So I ended up getting into this program. It's at this studio called Broadway Dance Center in New York. And I got into this program where I was dancing, and it's kind of like your level 1. And then like, if you want, you can pursue this thing called professional semester. So I was like, man, like, do I pursue, like, do I audition and see if I get in? If I get in, that means I drop out of college. So I ended up auditioning, and I got in.
So you were how far along in college?
I was, at this point, I would have almost finished my 2nd semester. So I've done a whole year of college, but I dropped out, yeah.
So the reason you went to New York was because of college?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did that work? Because did you ended up finding roommates, and how long were you in New York?
So I've been in New York for 3 years. And yeah, I went to school and like it was like a potluck. So like they literally were like, here's your roommates, here's your 3 roommates, didn't know who they were. And then from then, like I met a girl, we were roommates. And then in professional semester, I met 2 other roommates and we got an apartment this past year.
Okay.
So you've been in some like uncomfortable situations where
Oh my
you
gosh.
gotta.
Yes. Like,
Wow.
yes.
I know, you know, New York is a crazy place. You know, I grew
Yeah.
up there, probably spent, when I was like probably 4, 5. I
Yeah.
remember very little, but I know it was crazy.
Yeah.
So how was that experience overall?
It's very different. Like I've lived in the Upper East Side. Like, have you ever seen? Probably not. Like Gossip Girl. It's very like Upper East Side's very like ritzy. Like where like
What part of
rich
New York
people
is?
live. So like here's Central Park. It's like right along the upper, like literally the Upper East Side of the park.
Okay.
Like it's like no
Close to Manhattan.
It's in Manhattan. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So it's like close to the Met, like the really big museum. It's where like multi-million-dollar like townhouses
if it's,
are.
If it's
So
Manhattan, yeah.
So that's where I went to school at. And then when I was in ProSim, I lived literally in Times Square. So yeah, I had an apartment there. And then this past year, I lived in Brooklyn. So
did you have a car? I'm pretty sure it wasn't necessary because it's all.
no, we didn't have a car.
Okay.
Yeah, you just walk.
I miss New York, man. I haven't been there for so long,
Yeah.
and I know like it's just there's something about New York that makes it special because at the end of the day, it's just a lot of buildings
Yeah.
and like a lot of people walking and like.
Yeah.
But there's something about it that's just special, you know.
It's
so,
like so addicting. That's what like since I've been home, I'm like I just want to be in New York. Like things literally don't close till like 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, it never
Like
sleeps.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why I wanted to go this year, but all this
that was a plan.
coronavirus.
We were planning to go this year to just
Yeah.
have a fun, like put some content out there
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah,
Y'all should.
So after you do that school, what happens next?
So I finished professional semester, and the goal was to get signed. So with an agency, and it was literally kind of like a bloodbath. Like not everyone. I think like 2 people out of 50 got signed. So I very fortunately got signed. I was one of them, and from then that's where I moved to Brooklyn. And I was auditioning. So like I was doing a lot of like Broadway stuff, which is not like what I want to do. So I got like sent for like Hamilton, SpongeBob, Jesus Christ Superstar to go on tour, to be like out on Broadway. Like, and it just like wasn't where like my heart was. Like I didn't want to do Broadway. So now I'm actually moving to LA. So I'm going out there. We're looking at like July or August. We were supposed to be in May, but you know, Corona.
so this is you following your dreams because I'm pretty sure it's going to be just you out there finding roommates again, or how's that going to work?
So I have a girlfriend in New York who's like, I want to pursue commercial work because LA is known for like more commercial as opposed to New York is known for like theatrical Broadway. So we like met and we were like, all right, guess we're getting an apartment together. So we've been looking, and yeah, we'll like go out there together and pursue dance.
Dang.
Figure it out. Just
Figure it out.
Get a job, make money, audition.
Yeah. So you think that's well, I'm pretty sure it is. You know, here in Oklahoma, that's not possible to do what you want to do.
No.
It's not. It's just small, very small
No.
market. You know.
Like, no, like not even remotely possible. Like I could teach.
Dallas. You could probably do
Dallas, I could do a little bit. It's more like NBA, NFL, like here in the South. So like Dallas Cowboys or Thunder.
Over there,
or-
you have just more sets. You know, you have more opportunities as
Yeah.
far as like shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that makes a lot more sense. So you're planning on doing this in July,
Yeah.
June, July.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
LA is a totally different beast too.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna tell you
gosh.
that. Like I love it. I love it down there. But
It's so
the thing with
different.
that is like it's more of like vacation. I don't know why. It's just like I think what really intimidates me is like the traffic and
Yeah.
just the overpopulated
Yeah.
place. But I visited and I loved it. Like I want to go again.
If you like your doses of dopamine, that's the place to
Yeah,
be. 'Cause
yeah.
You
Yeah.
fucking can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. Go to the beach.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be too much for me. I'd go crazy.
Yeah. So when you do you have to be hella flexible to do all these moves that you be doing?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say it's
you-
good to have like flexibility, but for me, since I do like more like I literally do like hip hop mainly.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm like whipping out into the splits, like
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, it's
Well, you
good
got to
for-
stretch your legs
for
from one
sure.
part to the
Yeah.
other, and
Who's your favorite hip hop artist right now?
like artist or
Yeah,
like
if you-
dancer.
No. Oh wait. So you I guess artists. Like if you wanted to be if you were gonna be in a music video, which artist would you?
Lately, I've been like, I would like to tour with Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
Brown.
Oh yeah, I mean Chris Brown too. Yeah, that's the.
Only person that can beat up a girl and come back and still beat a girl.
So when we talk about hits for hits, now that we're speaking about Chris Brown, so Chris Brown or Drake, hits for hits.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think they can be compared because Chris Brown's like he can sing and dance and shit.
And
He
rap.
can dance.
You know what I'm saying? Like Drake can't
yes.
fuck with that shit.
Talent wise, I mean,
He
there's
can
no
dunk a fucking basketball.
cross him over, you know. Yeah, Chris Brown is he's one hell of a talent. I don't think
Yeah.
we'll see somebody that talented that can do all kinds of shit. 'Cause
No.
nigga got hands. We know that. He can dance. He can sing, rap, fucking does art. You can he can get this.
It's not even fair.
It's not
No,
even fair,
literally
exactly.
no.
You know, so
No.
it's like, yeah. At least he's able to bounce back because I
Yeah.
feel like talent like that should not go to waste. You know.
Yeah.
He did some dumb shit when he was young, but hopefully, you know.
So with dancing, what kind of what does your week look like? Like let's say a boxer, they have to go do sprints, they gotta do bag work. Like for you, how do you sharpen your tools?
Taking class. So like when I did pro sim, we were required to take 15 classes a week, which was like so much dancing. Like because each class was 2 hours. And then on top of that, like you have to get your headshot ready, your resume ready, like you have to get your dance reel ready, your content like on Instagram, like you're on your social media, and then working out, like, you know, staying healthy, and then maintaining your look. So your hair, your nails, your like, it's just like
Image.
It's
Yeah.
so like, I don't know. It's just, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, all for you to like, which it sucks, but it's the way it is like you walk into a room with like 300 other dancers that literally look just like you, and they're like, yeah, I don't like you, bye. You're like, all right, amazing.
So it's like
But-
very competitive.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
yes.
You have to be like, you have to try your best to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's very challenging.
Literally, again, in a room where like your agent is like, we're looking for dancers 5'7", tan, black hair, brown eyes, and you walk in and everyone looks like you, and yet you have to like stand out. Yeah.
Godly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a fucking. You better put your ego aside and just
Literally.
fucking move on to the next one type shit.
Yeah. So here, you know, how long ago did you come back from New York?
I got here beginning of March. Yeah.
So with this whole quarantine thing, what have you been doing to kind of just keep your touch? Have you been practicing? And
Yeah. So like the big studios out in LA and New York are both like having like online classes and whatnot. So it's kind of like, it is sad that like the dance industry is really hurting from this right now, but it's like everybody's in the same boat. So just taking class and like trying to exercise, and, you know, but mainly like taking class, like just, you know, trying to support different choreographers and whatnot.
so because I was looking at your Instagram and you have those videos where you were like with groups and stuff, and
Yeah.
those are like practices, classes and stuff like that, where you just guys like, let's just do a video and
Yeah.
because
So like out in LA and New York, like you take a class and like at the very end they're like, all right, we're gonna film, you have to sign like this release. And okay, it sounds bad, but like if you're not necessarily if you're good, but like if you're performing well like throughout the class, the choreographer will pull you out, throw you in front of the camera. Like you just learned this like minute-long combination. You have a camera like this big in your face and you have to perform, remember it, and then yeah.
So right now, if I tell you, hey, do a dance right now, so with any song, do you have to put something together in your head, or you have already something that you use for like a freestyle, or how does that work?
Literally, like that's the thing is like growing up too, it's like good to like practice when you're young. It's just like improving. So like, yeah, if you put on a song, like I would just have to like go with the flow and just like let my body like move to the music. And
It's kind of like with well, you are an athlete, but like basketball players, it's not like they think of, oh, I'm gonna do this crossover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like when they're on the court, they just your muscle memory and everything
Yeah.
is just. That's what's crazy about humans. Like we're fucking.
it's yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, the capabilities are endless, you know, and it's like it just comes on the spot. You don't know like how good this person is when it comes to basketball, and it's the same with dancing. You just gotta boom, whatever you're like
subconscious mind, basically. So all those classes you took of different dancing and all that, like, eventually comes together, and that's how you can fucking preparation.
There was a time we were in like a big like master class, like mock audition when I was in Prosim. The choreographer threw a bunch of choreography at us and was like, to this song, do it. So we did it. Then we learned maybe 2 or 3 more whole routines. Then at the very end, she was like, so that very first routine that you did like 2 hours ago, you're going to do it to a different song. So literally we go out there and she's like, yeah, you better remember it. Like I've been dancing like 3 hours later, whole new something going on to a different song, same choreography
So you remember that shit?
You just have to like let your body, like, you gotta like, it's like muscle memory. Yeah. And for me, it's like the second I think about it, especially when I'm being filmed, the little second I think about it, I forget it. Like it goes like nothing
out the window.
And it's crazy because I seen that happen. We had 2 rappers the other day, and one of them, like, he had probably performed it a lot of times, but he was like, bro, I can't believe I forgot this shit right now.
Because he got put on the spot. Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker forgot it. That's crazy.
Yeah. With that, like, how long does it take you to memorize choreography?
I can definitely learn it probably within like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah, probably like a whole, like, probably minute of choreo.
Okay.
But to learn like an 8 count, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I could learn that probably 10, 12 seconds.
Interesting. So,
like, you know, like TikToks when they do the dance, like I could probably watch it like 5, 6 times and know it.
So are you on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok.
Are you going crazy on TikTok?
I did have one video that
like,
took off.
I'm telling you, like, it's crazy. Like, the most known person, do you know who she is on TikTok?
Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
All she does is dance.
I know.
So I'm over here thinking, I'm like, Shay needs to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, she needs to be on it, because it's like, if you're good at it, why not, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good opportunity, and it's like more of, I don't think it's like waiting for that video to go viral to me, because like the algorithm of TikTok is so crazy right now. So
literally,
I think it's just the amount of content you put out. So I think it's a great
basically,
opportunity.
like, people are gonna watch. You just gotta put it
exactly.
out.
The algorithm is crazy, bro. Like, people, I saw a TikTok that literally the guy was like, all right, I just want this TikTok to go viral and stuff. I'm just gonna put my foot in the toilet. Boop, did it. That shit had like thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. Something
like,
stupid.
Do people comment and stuff on there?
Yeah. The algorithm is crazy, bro. Just to tell you, like, the person that has a lot, like, the most followers is how old is she? Do you know?
She's like, what, 17?
Yeah,
18?
she has 50 million followers on TikTok. She's like the queen of TikTok, and all she does is dance. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. She's good at it, but it's nothing too crazy, and she's popping, bro. She's like, she's hit in every. I've seen her in every show.
Like, the first ones that started on there, or like
her stuff took off within a year. So like she said, I believe it was. I haven't done that much research on her, but she said 2018 or 19 or some shit like that. It was a year, in a matter of a year, because she did an interview with was it Zach King? So he's crazy with the After Effects. Like, he does magician shit. So he had an interview with her and like Will Smith too, and like it's just like within a matter of a year, her life changed.
I don't know how that works. I don't know, because it's crazy. Like, some people, you'll see them working their whole fucking life towards something, and they never really.
Yeah.
And then you got like a little kid that just fucking Justin Bieber pops up and
literally, yeah.
Believe it or not, like, that's what Gary Vee would always say: just get on TikTok, get on TikTok. It's because the algorithm is just crazy right now. So, and it's still at this point, it's still there. Like, it's all over the place. So.
What is your favorite app to?
Probably for me, like, it's just probably Instagram. Like, so like even like with dance and whatnot, like casting directors will be like, "What's your Instagram?" You're like, "Oh, here you go." And they'll like look at your videos. Like, I had this lady once look at my video and she was like, "This sucks." Like, scrolled off and just handed me my phone. I was like, "Okay, thanks."
It happens.
It happens. Yeah. I was
like, there's always criticism, but it's the dancing scene in general is just a thing of beauty, because it's like you're putting your body to do all these crazy moves. I was watching a hip hop video it was a hip hop battle, like breakdancing and shit. Bro, I don't think, what the fuck?
And it's that one.
Yeah, it's probably that one. Anyways.
The mental battle of being like in front of people fucking dancing.
Well, it was like on some like street dance shit, and just the crazy moves that they do, to me, was like mind blowing. Like he made it seem like he broke his arm. He did some crazy, like, it was just crazy. And to me, it was like, wow, like we're capable of doing that kind of shit. Like just flexible shit, like shit that you look like you're fucking broke. Like your body's all broken. So to me, that was.
How old did you say you were? No, like right now. How old are you right now?
I'm 21.
21?
Yeah.
Damn, so you've been fucking living.
I'm telling you, bro, like we've been like lately we've been having a lot of youngsters, like hustlers out here. You know, I think the last
I'm telling you,
4 out of 3
J. Paul was right. He was like, these
y'all ahead of the game.
Motherfuckers, man, they're smart, bro. He's like, they're smarter than us.
And like I'm 27 right now, so like I always had that hustle mentality, but I never took it too serious until like a couple of years ago. So you guys that are ahead, that's like a big W. Like that's a big plus.
No, I never had to like hustle, like really hustle until this past year. Like, cause like my dad was like, all right, you're dropping out of college. Like we're cutting the umbilical cord. You're going to pay bills. You're going to do this. So, like I was a bartender. So I would work till like super late and then have to make it to an audition. And then I also taught fitness. So I had 2 jobs. Like literally I worked 7 days a week. You're dancing, auditioning.
So fitness, personal training?
It was group fitness.
Group fitness?
Yeah.
So like people move and shit.
So it's actually, I taught like trampoline classes, which is so weird because like there's no such thing of like that in Oklahoma. But I taught like a HIIT class, trampoline class, a step class, dance class, and like a toning class.
Nice.
So
how is your like knowledge on fitness?
I'm definitely not like certified. Like I'm not like, I can't like personal train or whatever, but I'm learning like as I go. But also again, I'm young. That's what I learned. Like when I got there, they were like, oh, you're 21. Like, cause I was 20 when I got the job. So, you know, I'm learning as I go. I don't know if I'll ever get, I just do it kind of as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But.
Did having a job and all that stuff, like having to pay your bills and everything, affect your dancing at all? Like,
Oh, for sure. Like there was, I would say like this time last year I was like not dancing as much. Like I wasn't like making it to an audition because I was either tired or I was working. So now like that's my goal actually when I go to LA is to like kind of balance just a little bit better. Like take a few classes a week, try and get to an audition like 1 or 2 a week. Because again, like for a sec I was like, damn, like I'm not doing what I want to do. You know, like I moved to New York and I'm working a lot, which I get because I have to pay bills. But I'm not dancing.
It takes away from your
and it's
sure.
just
your
difficult,
passion.
yeah, because like when you're just dancing, you can wake up and like, okay, I'm gonna, like your mind is just on dancing, but when you're like working and shit, it's like,
oh gosh, yeah.
But you think it's necessary to like get pushed out there and like, do you think it's necessary?
What do you mean?
Like because you went from your parents paying you everything to like, all right, boom.
It was definitely, it was like, probably like it was like the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I think it was like the best thing that's ever happened to me because now I know how to like, you know, handle my money. I know how to like budget. I know how to like, you know, I'm working on like balancing out my time and my priorities and whatnot, but it's definitely worth it, like for sure.
Nice.
and I mean, if like you're gonna have to do it eventually, so you know what I'm saying,
Like yeah,
it's better to like take care of it now. That way, like you can set your career and you can set yourself in a position where you can just dance somehow, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta do shit you don't like. Like you may have to fucking teach a class or you know to be able to like with us we do weddings and stuff like that to be able to do the podcast because I mean the podcast don't really pay, you know.
Exactly. Because we're looking for fitness people, so that's why I ask you. We want to kind of encourage more people to do fitness because you know America's pretty obese right now, and we're trying to
we're struggling at you.
So we're just trying to motivate, kind of encourage people to just do stuff, and so that's what we're trying to do. So have you ever, this is just curious, have you ever like tripped in a dance, fall in a dance and stuff? Like
yes, I have like rolled my ankle before. I've been in a dance battle and almost broke my ankle once. Yeah, because
in the majority of the parts you're in like what, high heels and shit, so like that is tough. Like
like literally
I feel like any false move is like by ankles, you know. So like
no, and I have like I have like one injury that's like it's there. I think it's gonna be there forever. I just have to like baby it kind of. It's in my Achilles.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if something happens, like I'm out for a year, which probably means I'm done dancing.
So have you got it checked?
Yeah, I just have to I have to kind of take it easy on it. If it starts hurting or gets inflamed, like I have to rest. Like there's nothing really that can be done. But
So if that by any chance snaps and shit, it's a long recovery. You're done?
I think I'd probably have to teach. Like
At that point, you would teach.
I'd probably go into
Yeah,
teaching.
so I was about to say, you can still do other stuff within dancing. Like, you
Yeah.
may not be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I could probably look into like NBA or NFL, like dancing.
Yeah.
After that, but definitely like not like what I want to do.
so what's like the span of a dancer? Like, at what age are they
I was
too
gonna
old
say that right
to, like,
So I thought it was like 26, 27, but lately it's like it's getting higher and higher. So like literally like I could probably dance till I'm like 30, 31.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it would be more, to be honest. The way everything is going, I mean, us humans were lasting longer too. Like the average. Yeah. Yeah, the average, bro, the average was around like 70. They were saying like 70 was like to 80 is like that like period. And way before it was around 67, 65. They're lasting a lot longer because now you have more knowledge of what you eat and how to stay healthy. So yeah, I mean,
But I also am hearing, I just heard this, like even artists like Britney Spears, she's wanting her dancers to be older because she's getting older. So she doesn't want like a bunch of like 20-year-olds dancing next to her.
because then they're gonna be like,
yeah.
damn, like looking at
like who's that?
Yeah.
oh me, you know. So that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
So Britney Spears, damn, she's still doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. that's
And I've
nice.
heard her auditions are insane. Like
Yeah.
insane. There was like a rumor going around that she'll have her dancers audition. She's really into like her male dancers too. And she knows at this point who she wants. They're all in the room. She's made her cuts. They've been going since like 8 a.m. It's rolling around like midnight, 1 a.m. They've been auditioning. She'll make them like dance an extra like 3 or 4 hours just to see how long they can go. She's like, and then at the very end, she'll be like, oh, I knew you guys. Like, I knew I wanted you guys as my dancers, but I just wanted to see how much I could push you guys.
Oh, wow.
But why that long? That's crazy.
That's a lot.
Because being
Like
on
how-
tour, like I've heard some crazy things. Like you're doing like a show a day, 2 shows a day. Like
That's what I was gonna say. Probably is that.
Yeah.
So when you do a show, let's say you go to one of her concerts and you're performing, you're there like the whole time, the whole show, dancing and dancing and dancing. Obviously, you take breaks in between songs,
yeah.
but
I mean, yeah, you're going like
it's not like you rotate. Like, all right, I'm gonna go change, and then while you're changing, that's your break. I'm guessing.
I think it
that's
depends
how-
on the artist.
Yeah.
Like I think sometimes like especially like female artists, like let's say like Ariana Grande, she wants all her male dancers out. And then next song, maybe it's just her singing. And then next song, she wants all of her dancers out.
Okay,
So you're changing.
but it's
you're
still
taking
like
a break.
tiring because it's like all this.
Yeah, you're going
adrenaline.
from fucking city to city, like just.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's that tour life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think 30 is the limit for that?
Yeah, I think probably pushing 30, probably anywhere between 28 and like 32, I would say. And then you kind of start going into teaching, choreography, like, you know, but that's what it is.
That's like the kind of like the last resort type thing.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought of like doing any like of these dance shows and stuff?
I've thought about
What
So
are the
You
popular
Think.
dance shows?
So there's like So You Think You Can Dance, there's World of Dance. I would say World of Dance right
Yeah.
now is like really picking
Is
up.
it the X Factor too? Is it
X Factor's
It's got more like
singing.
talent. Oh,
Isn't it? No, it's
one is like talent.
yes, like America's Got Talent. I think that might be
I
X
think
Factor.
yeah. I don't know. Wait. I don't watch TV either, but I know. I want to say American Got Talent. I want to say, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But have you ever thought of it?
I thought about So You Think You Can Dance.
I think that would give you some good exposure too.
For sure. It's kind of frowned upon. Like it doesn't look very well as a dancer. I don't know why, but people are like, "Oh, you did So You Think," like whatever.
Artists too,
It's
because
so-
I knew like a couple people that have done those singing shows,
Yeah.
and then like artists out here, they kind of like laugh at it and shit.
Yeah, like literally, I don't know why it has such a bad like stigma, but it does. So
It's
Do you-
probably because a lot of those shows are fucking corny. Like
Yeah.
they're scripted and they just make the people do things that they probably wouldn't do. They just kind of to follow a little storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it's more of still get you exposure,
For
especially if you perform at a level that You might not win, but with social media, man, it's what I
sure.
was saying. You get exposed no matter what. Like, you'll get exposure. Like, if I saw this, what you call this? There's a popular show. I keep forgetting the Heist.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the people, and I was saying, like, all the people have like more than 1 million followers. That's the minimum, but that's because of social media.
So basically, at that point, they can take that following and do whatever like they want with it. They can
That's
feed
it.
them their own content.
Do you really give a fuck about people's opinion?
Probably too much, honestly.
You do?
It's like, that's a thing I need to like learn. I definitely have thick skin, but it's like, so last August, I got an offer to do like a national campaign ad. And I was like so excited. It was for a really big brand. Like, it was the biggest opportunity I ever got. And I went through like my agent. I've gone through like auditions, interviews, like just a bunch of stuff. Very last minute, pulled the plug. And it was because of a certain look I didn't have compared to this girl that did have. And that like tore me to pieces. Like, I was like, I'm not good. Like, I'm ugly. Like, I don't have a special thing about me. Finally, I was like, okay, I have to like, literally, like, it's just the dance industry. It's what it is. Like, I can't.
It's cruel.
It's, yeah,
You gotta,
it sucks,
like, I think,
but
yeah.
it is what it is. So I'm learning how to like brush it off a little bit, but it's definitely, that's probably something I have to work on, like, for sure.
Yeah. So when you take those rejections, like, now compared to when you start, are you more like you mentioned, like, it's part of the business? It's like,
and then the crazy thing is that
because I feel like in this
modeling and all stuff like that, like, they literally are bashing you, like, but that's
no, the modeling the modeling is a totally different game, because they want you pretty much skinny as shit.
Like, just basically, it's almost like it's fucked up, but like kind of like a circus. Like, even like boxers, like, we had the homie that's a boxer, and I'm like, I don't know, I just feel bad, because I'm like, bro, like, we're over here fucking having a good time seeing you get beat the fuck up in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's kind of how, I mean, like, Hollywood. That's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not, that's why so many people fall into drugs and fucking crazy stuff. Because it's you gotta have a tough skin. Like, you gotta.
It's all entertainment. Like, with the modelings, I think it's really like for them. I think most of them end up like depressed and shit, and like, because you have to like meet the standard of like fucking skinny, like you're fucking dying and shit, when I think it's different.
You guys constantly have to, like you said, compare each other to like other. So comparing each other, that's where
Fuck, it's funny, nigga. I'll slap your scrub ass. But to me, it's like the normal is like the all around, like, you know, like, not the skinny, like, no curves type shit. Like,
if you look at a magazine, if you pick up a magazine, like, a lot of those girls are just fucking, I don't know, like, camera shit too is different. Like,
Well, okay, but it's starting to change a little bit.
Is it?
Like, I think so. Like, with the Kardashians, like, taking off. Like, people like the, like, slim, thick look. Like, you know, like a...
yeah, but the thing, I don't know, like, my sister, she worked for the news for Channel 5, and she was like, that lady right there is way skinnier than she looks on TV. And one day I went to the news station just to, like, leave her lunch or something, and I seen the lady, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, she was way skinnier in person than she looks in TV. I was like, that's crazy.
yeah.
So it's, but I mean, that's what comes with it, though. You gotta be.
No, I did New York Fashion Week last year. And when we were backstage, like, hundreds of models, they're like fucking 6'2", like 2 pounds. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all are.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
like,
and then it's like sometimes they like, you know, that anorexia shit is serious, you know? So like they eat like 2 salads a day, you know, and like, it's not, I don't think it's healthy, you know, because there's one thing as losing fat and there's another thing as losing weight. And I think losing weight is good until a certain degree.
That's what I'm saying. Like, athletes get pushed to the fucking, like Alex was telling us, he fucking had to lose like, what,
50. He gained 50 in a matter of 6 months, so he had to lose that in a matter of...
He has to go fight a world champion after he does all that. Like,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. This industry is definitely like, it's
how
cold.
are models that are like already up there, are they usually like just like bougie, or are they like...
The models that I was around, like, honestly, like, it was dancers, models. Like, we were definitely, because I was performing and they're like kind of working, like they're doing what they want to do. But they were nice. Like, they were just very quiet. They seemed very competitive as well. I mean, like, although they were booked with the same designer, walking the same show, there was definitely like a vibe in the air. I could tell, like, she was comparing herself to this person, XYZ. I was like, oh, okay. But
You kind of feel the tension when you're like
for
backstage.
sure, I was like, I'm just here to dance. I don't really care.
Yeah.
What about dancers? Are dancers like that too? Like, are they usually?
Yes. It's
So they're not gonna see like a young dancer and then be like trying to like help her out.
so like, okay. So like I said, there's like theatrical work and then there's commercial work. And you can even tell, like, when you go into like a commercial audition, people are wearing like crazy stuff, like chains, bandanas, hats, whatever. Theatrical, dancers are wearing like Lululemon, like a solid color, like leotard. They're very like bun is slicked back. They're competitive as fuck. Like, I literally, when I go into an audition, I'm like, oh, I do not belong here. As opposed to like commercial, everybody's just there to dance. Everybody's like there to have a good time. Like, so it just depends on the audition you're going in.
Yeah. So when you, like you had a couple of rejections and stuff. So how do you control like the self-confidence and like tell yourself to believe in yourself to keep pushing? Because I feel like in that industry, you have to believe in yourself and you have to keep pushing no matter how many no's.
Yeah. Honestly, I always take one day and I like be sad about it, whatever. I'll cry. I'll eat an ice cream sandwich. I don't care. I'll do something,
Yeah.
make myself feel better. And then the next day, like, you go take class, or you go, like, I was in a dance company. So I would like talk to my director, or I would like, look back on stuff and be like, all right, I'm signed. I'm dancing. I'm in New York. It's fine. It really is fine. And maybe it just wasn't my job for me. So you just have to like
Pep
keep
talks.
going.
You give
For
yourself
sure.
pep talks.
Yeah.
Look
Yes.
at the positives and.
Yeah. Cause definitely like,
You just can't. I feel like with all this creative stuff, you can't let it, get too serious in your head, because that's when
Yeah.
like people start getting depressed and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Because it's like, man, I'm putting my all into this shit, and no, you can start
Yeah.
being like a victim to it, to where it's like, just have fun. That's what
Literally,
it's
like,
all about.
So I got like my rejection from that campaign last year. I called my dad and I was like, Dad, like, and he was like, all right, like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, you chose this life, like, you chose this industry, this is what you wanted to do. You have to like realize that there's going to be a lot of no's before there's a yes, whether it's at the very end or at the very beginning. Like, he was like, so this is up to you. You can get out now, come home.
are you
go to
afraid of
school.
no's?
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely like scared of a no, but I know it's inevitable. Like, I know it's going to happen. They always say like, you're going to get 100 no's before you get one yes.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
literally that's like the average. So I'm like, great. I'm at like 17. So I got a while to go.
Yeah.
But no, I'm getting better. Like, I'm definitely getting better at like, from an audition, like, you get cut and you're just like, all right, guess I'll walk out and keep going on with my day.
Okay.
So
That's yeah. So in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
that makes me 26. Definitely, I would like to probably be on tour at this point, with an artist, probably be in a couple of music videos. My goal for the next 2 or 3 years is I'd like to be bi-coastal. So have an apartment in New York and have an apartment in LA. And at that point, they're flying me, like casting directors, my agents, they're paying for my airfare. They're paying for like me working. So I'm just bouncing back and forth, doing a gig in New York, dancing out in LA, maybe going on tour. So that's kind of, I just want to dance, and I don't know.
Okay. That's cool. So music video, when it comes to music video, it has to definitely be like a cool like beat that you can like put something together. Will there be an artist here that you can?
Here in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
That's hard. All the people we know
That'd
is
be like
like
an R&B, or I don't know. To be honest, I don't know dancers like.
you can be like,
Not
okay,
in Oklahoma. I don't think in Oklahoma.
I don't think so.
that's crazy.
Everybody here is kind of like just trap shit. Like, it's just
Interesting.
flipping packs.
Yeah.
Interesting. Besides the dancing thing, is there anything else you like?
Honestly, that's like what I've like learned during this quarantine. I'm like, I don't have any hobbies. Literally, like, I'm trying to learn guitar. Like, I'm trying, but like, dance is literally my entire life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would love to learn the guitar and the piano. I think those two
yes.
are my favorite instruments as far as learning one.
I'm trying to sit here and think, like, as a dancer, you could probably do all kinds of other shit, though.
I know.
Like, I mean, like, going on tour and stuff sounds
Yeah.
tight, but I feel like even a YouTube channel and stuff like that, like you could just.
There's endless possibilities. I think like
brands could just send you shit. You fucking
Yeah.
dance with their shirts, and then you get a fucking check.
No.
it like to me, yeah, like perfect example is that like the brand will send you some clothing or whatever, and like you dance on it, and then you give them your honest opinion. Right there's a check.
Because like with film school, that's I don't know. I can kind of see the comparisons with it, and that's how film is. Like when I went to film school, it was like all Hollywood shit. It was like, and then I looked at it and I was like, I don't know if I can live in Cali and New York and shit like that. So that's why I was just like.
The thing is like.
And then you gotta like,
but that's
you gotta impress these motherfuckers. That's what I
Yeah,
man,
I think.
I'm a guy, it's different.
Yeah.
I just have an ego, but I'm like, man, I gotta go over here, fucking get this dude some coffee and shit. Like, fuck that. Just because I'm on the set of Jurassic Park, like I'm cool on that shit.
That's the price you pay. You know, I feel like hopefully that's not your case where you just like, you know. But at the end of the day, you do have a boss. Like you do have a boss, but. If that's something you want and you're passionate about, then fuck it, you know. But I definitely get what Avi is saying. It's
like I could almost bet that that's one of those things where like once you get there and do it, you're gonna be like, man, fuck this.
Well, they are cutthroat too. Like I remember there was a few choreographers I met and dancers from The Greatest Showman, and they were telling me all about like behind the scenes, like you know the dance scenes. And I guess they were dancing and some girl was messing up over and over and over. So they literally like told them, go on lunch break. They called another girl in. While they were on break, she learned that girl's part. When they all came back, directors were like, sorry, you're cut. She already knows your part. Have a good life. Goodbye. Like.
And that's how it is, yeah.
And yeah, you just have to be like, all right, yeah. And like, this is like The Greatest Show. Like, it's not like some, you know, bullshit, like small gig. Like, this is a movie.
This is.
They don't give a fuck.
The thing with movies, they're paying for that time, so they can't have somebody that's gonna be just fucking up.
Yeah. That's why it's always like good practice too. Like in class when they do bring out a camera. Because if you can't handle like one camera, yes, it's big and it's intimidating. But if you can't handle one camera,
see, that's what we tell people here. We're like, this is like a little podcast. So if you can't handle the pressure of just this, imagine when you're on like Sway in the Morning or some shit.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's like we have like we invite people we watch and like, hey, you want to come to the podcast? And I guess when they see like they're like. Especially like females, we've been having a hard time getting, you know, entrepreneur females and like females that are, you know, onto great shit. And it's just hard because I feel like they just like, I don't want to go here with these two fuckers asking me like random questions and shit, you know, and especially if they have a boyfriend and stuff. Yeah. I feel like it's even harder for them. But at the end of the day, it's more of feeling comfortable in front of the cameras because this is here right here small. You got 3 cameras, a light, co-host, host, and like, you know, it's something small. So imagine when you're at that big stage where it's like multiple lights, multiple cameras, a fucking crew for every little thing, you know. So you have to be prepared. So
especially like it's really like 2020. Like it's all like social media.
Exactly.
Like, you have to like, you know, be okay with it.
We were talking about when you're kind of famous or something and people want to take pictures with you and stuff like that. Especially nowadays, like. Even if you just go to the bar and somebody thinks they know you, oh, come on, take a picture with me, bro. I'm like, man, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you sign yourself up to.
That was an interesting one. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I feel like you can have a plan A, plan B.
Yeah.
So I would, if I were you, I would pretty much still be on social media as much as I can. Put yourself out there. This was a great opportunity for you. And then just that way, like if your plan A doesn't go well, then you can just do plan B, which is you build your following, you have your, you know, brands, you can pay for the views and this and that. And you probably like that more than just, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like with us is like what we always say, like if a big TV brand comes up to us and offers us a big contract, big money and stuff, we're going to be like, no, because we'd have the freedom here to do whatever the fuck, say whatever the fuck we want. So
unless it's a big check.
Nah, even that, bro. I ain't trying to be nobody's puppet. Fuck that.
We can just
sell
make
out.
it a court podcast.
Fucking sell out.
Nah.
So your parents played a big part of your, you know, what you're wanting to do, your, you know, your career and stuff. So has there been any like, I mean, how big of a part have they played in like your decisions and stuff like that?
So my mom was like ultimate dance mom. So I also did beauty pageants growing up. So I literally grew up like the most Southern dancer, like little girl, like pageants, dance, whatever. And when I was 10, I went to New York. And I was like, Mom, I want to live here. Like, I love New York. She's like, all right, we're going to make it happen. So when I was 16, my mom got sick. She got diagnosed with lung cancer. And she unfortunately passed away. Oh. And one of the last things she said was, you're going to New York. And I think my dad like drilled that in his head. Like everything, it was just New York, New York, New York. So even like to this day, I feel like she still like plays a big part because that's literally what she said. That's what she wished for me. Mm-hmm. But my dad definitely like, he's very supportive. He's always like, he's really helped me out like financially when it comes to dance. Like, you know, he took me to all my dance competitions. I lived down in LA for a couple months before this when I was 18. He helped me go there. He helped me move to New York. Like, it's just, he's really helped. So
yeah. And it's you, your dad, and your brother? You have a brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old is your brother?
He is 25.
So he's older.
He's old.
Has his life already.
Oh my gosh. It's like literally perfect. Like,
yeah, it's like that.
He is perfect.
College, marriage, kids and everything?
Yeah, and he's a Marine and he's a pilot.
Oh, a Marine.
Yeah.
Oh, those are badass.
Yeah.
That's how my sister is. She's like the perfect sister. I'm like,
literally, like, I'm
fuck
like,
you, Lizzie.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, the mad respect because especially the Marines, man. Like, as very few people I know. Everybody goes to the fucking Air Force and like Army and like all that soft shit. They don't do the Marines. The Marines are
no, they're like,
yeah. My grandpa
insane.
went to that shit.
Yeah.
He tells me all these training shits they had to do, and woo, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm straight. But that's crazy. That is crazy.
What's been the biggest time that you're like, I guess, just about to say, fuck it, I'm not going to do this no more? Has there been any time like that?
Yes. There was one time in pro sim that I was done dancing. It was the night before I got signed. I was getting ready for my showcase. I was just stressed. Like, I was like really upset because the thing is, like, pro sim, I'm very glad like I did it, but they were so much like, we want you to do this to your hair, and we want you to do this to your body, and we want you to dance this way. Like, they were like always throwing heels on me. They were always making me go into this class, which is fine. Like, it is who I am, but I felt just very like I did lose my freedom. Like, I had no say. Like, I literally like couldn't even like, I have my hair. Like, I didn't even have to say on like my hair. So I remember one night I was like crying and I was upset and I was in my apartment and I was like, you know what? I'm done dancing. Like, after this, I'm done. And then the next morning, like, even at this audition, like, my eyes were puffy. Like, I was just upset. And this agent was like, we want to sign you. So it was like craziest timing. I was like, okay. But that was definitely when I was like,
I guess I won't quit.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to quit. All right.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
That is...
I know. It's so crazy.
Your story is fucking crazy, to be honest.
So I'm over here trying to process everything.
Yeah, like...
I've been moving for...
Yeah. So you've been on the go for the longest, especially at a young age, to be that determined and like...
Well, you said you did pageants and stuff, so you're like... Yeah, that's almost like... kid celebrity type thing, like low key, you know,
like
because those pageants be packed, huh?
Yeah,
like people just.
You gotta think about it. Like the moms are going, like, they're trying to make their daughter just like a little doll, basically. So it's like a lot of, that's some stress.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
And you, at what age was you doing those?
I started when I started like modeling in Oklahoma, like as a kid, like a child model. I was probably 6.
Yeah.
And I stopped right before I moved to Texas. So like 6 through 10.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you're most likely are not wanting to have kids until you're 30 or some shit like that.
I don't think I want kids at all.
You don't think you want kids at all?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I don't think
Why?
so. Mainly because, I don't know, there's like kids out there that like don't have homes, and I'm like willing to like adopt them or like take them under my wing. Like, I don't know. I'm like,
That's what I say too. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Cause you're right. It's like dogs when you got a shelter full of dogs, and then people are selling them for like
1,000, 2,000.
Wild.
I adopted my
kids
dog.
It's different because I guess people want their blood, but
they literally. But I think I'm okay. Plus, like, since I do want to dance and like perform and like teach fitness, like whatever, like my body, like, I don't know if I can put my body through that. So
as far as a relationship goes, are you in a relationship?
I was in a long distance relationship for about a year and a half. So when I moved to LA, we were together. When I was in New York throughout college, pro-sim, we were together. And then he actually moved to New York. We lived in Brooklyn this past year. And then we broke up in October. So last October.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to live in New York. Now he got his own apartment. And I'm going to live in LA. We're on good terms. Like, it's fine. But no, I'm not in a relationship.
So going into, your career, are you fully focused and you're like, because I mean,
It has to be tough.
it has to be tough.
Doing all that,
Because you gotta, especially out there in LA, you gotta be careful.
like, hey babe,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be late because I'm at a 2 Chainz video shoot. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
No, he was super cool about it. He was supportive. Like, even for like New York Fashion Week this past year, like, we were wearing like practically nothing. Like, it was late. It was kind of sketchy. Like, it was just, and he was like, all right, like, do you. But like, yeah, when I get out to LA, like, it's mainly like, I just need to focus on like me right now and like what I want to do. Because there would even be nights like, I'm like, man, I'd rather like lay in bed, or like I'd rather like hang out with him and like do whatever than like go take class or like go to the gym. So that's probably like the main reason why we broke up.
Yeah.
I think that's like whenever you have a lot of goals and dreams and stuff, it's hard to find somebody that's gonna like just put up with all that, like all the
like 100% support you. Like, he supported me, but like, there was definitely some times that I was like,
And I'm sure you even felt like, because I've been in that position before, and I felt bad for her because I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, like I'm not being a good boyfriend right now, So it's like, it is tough to fucking.
yeah, no, that literally, like, exactly. Like, I was like, I can't give you. Also, like, I want to move to LA. Like, I want to move, like, not just like a couple miles down the street, like across the literal side of the country. I don't know if I can ask you to move to LA with me because you just moved from Oklahoma to New York for me, and like, what, 7 months later, I'm gonna move to California. Like, I can't ask you to go with me. Plus, he liked Brooklyn, so he likes New York, so he's gonna stay there.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy.
I know.
California. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose to stay in one, would it be New York or California?
Probably New York.
New York.
Probably New York.
Because you lived longer in New York, and you say you lived a couple of months in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably have a bigger attachment to New York because you lived longer there and probably have some good ass memories and shit. But that's very interesting.
Yeah.
What would be some piece of advice you'd give to 18-year-old that's doing what you did?
I would definitely like tell them to like, definitely decide like what you want to do in life. And if you want to do it, like, I would say go for it, but you have to go 100%. Cause I tried like 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door, but it didn't work for me. So finally, once I was like, all right, I got to drop out of school, got to get a job, I got to get an apartment, my agent, like XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
That's when things started like working, but you have to like give up a lot to get what you want. So
basically live the lifestyle is what you're saying. Like, it's not like one of those things that you can like switch the switch on and off. Like, I'm a dancer today, but tomorrow I'm
there was so many times I was like, damn, I wish I would have just gone to OU and like rushed and been in a sorority, because like I never got to like, I have only been to one college football game while all my friends literally go to like
every single game
weekend.
yeah
like all these frat parties, like just all this stuff, like
the college life,
and then when they get older, they have a job and a house and like a steady income, while I'm over here like literally going to be hustling probably for the rest of my life.
I think that's what it is, because like even me, you got to choose. Like Saturdays, man, when it's sunny and then it's game day, everybody, you see their snaps and they're fucking lit and you're like, fuck. But then you got to do a video shoot or a wedding or shit. You're like,
yeah,
man. But it's the price you pay, and then a sacrifice at the end of the day. That's the way I see it, Like this season, I'm a big Thunder fan and I love going to the games. But this season I didn't go because I sacrificed that to put in this kind of work, and then right now.
And like, see, stuff like that is like instant pleasure. Like, it's pleasure you get like just right there. Like with the stuff that we do is more like
it's a long term, like
stretch,
yeah.
Like You may fucking go through it for a year, and then you get that one opportunity that's like, fuck yeah, it was worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why like our podcast in a short time has been so successful is because we've been on it nonstop.
Literally.
Like, nonstop.
Yeah.
Every Thursday we're dropping an episode, and every time we can get a guest in, we'll get them in. So I think it shows that consistency and hard work is definitely going to take you somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty good. So if you had to go back in time, because you're hella young, you had to go back in time. This is the total opposite. You had to go back in time 5 years and tell yourself something to make a change or anything. What would it be?
Well, in high school, I did like pom and like I was doing competitive dance. I would not have done that, like at all. Like I regret doing that so much, mainly because it like shaped me to be this very like soldier, like stagnant dancer. So I definitely not do pom. I would be more like creative, and probably not try and go to college because now I'm in debt. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's some pretty good advice.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. The college thing, yeah, I think I went through that shit too, and it's like, fuck. I did 2 years and ended up dropping out. But I think those are lessons that you learn because, I had to pay that big bill.
Yeah.
And what were you going for?
I was actually going for fashion marketing.
Fashion marketing.
So, yeah.
So that's pretty much just to advertise and be in that, like, deep in that, like, yeah. Marketing is something I think would be cool.
Marketing is cool. Like, it's a cool, like, everything we were learning, I was like, yo, this is cool. Like, it really is. Like, all the way from, like, fucking a bag of chips on the shelf at, like, Walmart. Like, where they place it is, like, so strategic and, like, you know,
the
they
colors
have,
and
it's
the,
crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just not what I wanted. So.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll probably end up like just in a fucking cubicle somewhere too, huh? And just like designing shit and.
Like no.
Yeah.
No.
That's you're right. Cause like if you are trying to market, like let's say a fashion brand and stuff like that, you know, like you got to definitely be.
You gotta sit there and just be thinking of all kinds of shit.
Ideas and shit. Man, fuck that cubicle life.
That's kind of.
I did that shit for 8 months.
Like graphic design, like you have to just sit there and like.
Editing is the same shit too, but it's like different though. Yeah. I feel like because we sit down and edit for hours, but it's our choice though.
I gotta smoke my weed or else.
But yeah, fuck that. I did the cubicle for 8 months and. No, it's not my. No. It's not my thing.
Were you Monday through Friday?
I was at a call center. So just imagine like calls plus being in front of the computer doing shit and listening to people bitch and complain.
No.
So no, it really wasn't my thing. But those things, it fuels me. It fueled me to just quit and do this. So
yeah,
I'm fucking.
No, you already know how that feels. So you're like, I'm not going back to that shit.
Exactly. Fuck no.
No, I think like creative people, like that's what I like tell my dad is like, because sometimes he's like, Cheyenne, like, you need to get it together. And I'm like, Dad, like, I think like we're just wired so different. Like our brains are literally different. Like I cannot sit at a table for 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Like I will literally go insane.
Yeah.
Like I have to do something.
Like even me, like when I used to work, like I'd rather, instead of working 5 days straight, which is Monday through Friday, I'd rather have a day in the week off because it lets me do other shit. While people are out there working, I was doing my own shit instead of having because when you have the weekend off, like I could have one day, which to me was Sunday because everybody's chilling. See, that's how my mind works. So like Sundays, everybody's chilling and having like family time instead of a Saturday to oppose where everybody wants to go out and fucking get drunk. So I would rather have Sundays off to, chill.
I like Sunday fun days.
Sunday fun days, exactly. And then in the week, everybody's working. Like Mondays were my favorite days, like to have off because everybody's all bitching and complaining. Like I got to go back to work while I'm like, I'm ready to fucking get this shit.
And that's the thing too, whenever you're, because you said you were a bartender too, huh? So the bartender life is different too. So when you're around people that don't,
bruh, now respect to bartenders because like you got to deal with all kinds of characters, all kinds of drunk people and shit, and especially if you're fine and shit, like you got them niggas looking at you and like like fuck.
In New York, like literally. Like,
and it's in New York, so like the people there, like the traffic,
Oh, people are rude. Like, and I was right by NYU, so like literally like equivalent to like bartending like by OU. This was like I got all the college kids on one night. Like they would like tip me like a cent, like 10 cents. I'm like, oh my God.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'd have to cut them off. Like,
Well,
kick
like
them
how did
out.
it work with you if people walked out on their tab?
I only had one guy ever walk out like that, and we knew him, thankfully. I think he was drunk and messed up. But like we take their card. That's what I learned. Like they don't do in Oklahoma. But like, so like if you come and get a drink, like you start a tab and I keep your card.
I think they're starting to do that now.
Are they doing that?
I think they are.
Because that pink Heather, she fucking.
But she knows you though.
All the time, huh?
She knows you.
No. I'm saying like that happens to her all the time. Like we're there at the end of the night with her, and then she's like, "These two motherfuckers just walked down on her." But it's like,
But there's nothing you can do, like, you know. But no,
You can't close it unless you have their card.
yeah, I mean, because how the fuck?
So if I'm at the bar and I go and I open a tab but don't give you the card, you can't close it.
Wait.
So let's say the first drink, like I get a margarita or whatever, I give you my card, you swipe it, give it back to me, and say, "Hey, do you want to open a tab?" Do you still like need to have my card to close that tab?
I technically no, but we keep it, which gives them like an incentive to like get their card back.
Oh, okay. So it's more of
But
a.
yeah, I mean, you can still close it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the bar life. But what I was saying is that when you do stuff like that, like you were saying, your brain is wired different. Like if you sit there and talk to, for example, your dad or your brother that's a Marine, they're not really gonna understand you. Like they're just gonna be like.
That's what we're talking about.
They'll probably just zone the fuck out and not even be like, "Oh shit."
But because your dad probably more old school, right? So like he's used to that. He's a Marine too?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did he go to any war?
No.
Okay.
He served for a couple of years. He's like a mechanic now, but yeah.
Okay.
So.
But we've been wanting to get a military person that went to some crazy
Man,
shit.
I found one, I think, at the barbershop the other day. This guy came in and he was like,
Did he sound crazy though?
Kind of, but it was cool.
It was cool? Okay. Because
like, yeah. He was a cool guy. But yeah, he said basically like he got enlightened fucking with like psychedelics. He said like after he did psychedelics, he was like, "Bro, my life has changed, man."
So you think based on what he told you, it fixed him?
Yeah. He says he's
cool.
way more peaceful now. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I seen some shit, bro. He's like, after
Fuck around and get
That's
my grandpa
crazy.
some shrooms and shit. I feel like he needs that shit. Fuck. Weed ain't doing it for him, for sure. Especially alcohol. Like, let's not talk about that. Because my grandpa went to the war, the Vietnam War. And I would love to have him here, but I don't know if that's a good idea because it might trigger shit, you know?
Yeah.
Shit
How
from
do
the
you
past.
handle all that, like the party life and drinking and stuff? Are you?
Like my personal. Well, I turned 21 in October, so I definitely was like, yeah, I like to go. I really do like to go to the bar. Again, it's just that's another thing like I really have to work on is like, you know, trying not to drink every night, especially bartending. Like, and working in New York, like, you know, it'd be like a Monday, and we're like, all right, let's go.
Let's get shit faced.
Literally till like 4 a.m, and then like there was nights probably for a month straight. We would go out on Fridays, and I'd probably get home at like 4 or 5 a.m. I had to be up at like 7 to teach in New Jersey, which is an hour commute.
And it's like when you teach, you're doing all these movements too. So like, imagine if you have a headache, you're dehydrated.
Gosh.
Oh hell!
At that point, I'm like still drunk. Like literally, there was a time I like got in front of the class.
I have another homegirl, and she does dance too. And there was nights where we'd be kicking it, and it's like, you gotta be at the fucking place here, and she'd be like, fuck it. I mean, I can come back and sleep after that.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's crazy.
Like I cannot imagine that. I used to work. Like, and working is more of a slower pace than like dancing and shit. So imagine like, yeah, I think that's one thing that I've learned within the years is to control my drinking. So like, I know when to stop, and like, I just don't want that like after like experience, like especially now that I'm so like hella productive. So I rather, even though I might not do anything, let's say on a Saturday I get drunk and Sunday I might not do anything, but still the fact that I rather be good than just spend the whole day just like fuck in bed with Gatorade and feeling like shit, you know. So like I've learned that within the years, and I don't like that feeling either. It's fucking terrible.
But I love that like lifestyle. Like I love like the like atmosphere. Oh my gosh. Like I thought about like maybe like when I get out there like trying to do like bottle service or like something, just because I love like, you know, clubs and bars so much. And
how was that like? Because when you were doing the bartender, like you have to be hella active in making sure you get people's drinks and shit.
Yeah.
And like, I'm pretty sure where you was working, you had like 10, 20 people like, hey, let me get this, let me get that, you know? And like, how did you like, did you ever get to the point where you're like, man, I'm fucking losing my shit?
Oh my gosh, all the time. Like, and it's crazy too. Like, the one thing I always
Because
remember.
I go there and when I'm asking for a drink and I see the bartender, they're like, doing this and doing that. I'm like, mad respect, because it's a lot. It's a lot that you have to like remember and the drinks and shit. So yeah, kind of tell us that experience and like
it's so funny because the one thing I definitely remember is when I do get stressed, I remember these like the fucking lights being so bright on you. I don't know why that was always my trigger. I'd be like, God, these lights are bright and people are just staring at me. But the minute like someone waves their card in my face, I'm like, you can wait and you're going to be the last person to get a drink. Just so you know.
Fuck boy.
Yeah, like I'm not going to serve you if you're going to act
that's
like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that, and I get what you're saying, because I used to work at T-Mobile, and like when people would throw me their IDs
Oh,
or
hell
money,
no.
they'll throw it at me. Okay, I'll be like,
Yeah.
you pick it up. I ain't giving that shit to you. You got me fucked up. Like, especially with the change too. Like, you throw me the change, I'm leaving that shit there. You know, that's disrespectful. So I really get. You know?
No, there's times.
Fuck boys.
Oh God, there's been a time this guy, he was actually like sitting like outside on the floor, and he was like, "So we don't have money like to pay our tab," and I was like, "So I'm gonna call the cops." Then he like literally was like, "Do you think you could run your card, my personal card, and pay our tab, and I'll Venmo you when I get the money?" And I was like, no. And then he started rubbing my back and whispering in my ear, like asking me. And I was like, I'm about to kill you.
Like, hey,
don't touch
let
me.
me whisper in your ear.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that's another thing too. Like,
what a smooth fella.
yeah.
Like, oh.
I think that's another thing. Like, did you get hit on a lot? And like, how do you like
Yeah. Yes. Like
handle the situation, you know?
So it's funny because like even like going back to when I got into pro-sim, we had a class on self-defense because obviously New York City, I'm a girl, whatever. And like the biggest thing they made us like, they really drilled into our minds is like, you have to know the difference between like if men catcall you on the street or in the bar or, you know, on a, like at a job or whatever versus like different like sexual harassment and whatnot. So if men like were hitting on me or say these comments, there were times I was like, all right, I'm not going to even like entertain this. I'm just going to walk away. It's fine. And then, yeah, there were times that like it would be like inappropriate. Like if you touch me, like don't touch me. It's inappropriate. Mm-hmm. Like don't touch me. Or like, yeah, I've had some very like kind of crazy incidents where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've been followed before. Like, so it's just like, I had to like know the difference between that. But if a guy like hits on me at the bar, especially if he's drunk, I'm like, whatever, just tip me. Just tip me.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's So I fucking hate when I have a question and just disappears. I forgot. It had to do, self-defense. So you took classes of self-defense. Mm-hmm. And do you think it works? Have you had to use it before or anything? Because I feel like in a way it's necessary, but does it really work?
It's good to know just in case. I've never had to use it before, thankfully. The one thing that they did teach us, which I feel like is common sense, but like it was good. Okay, no, actually she did teach us one thing. So if I'm being followed, like walking down the street, I'm being followed, I can always like look to the side and there's like the building, the window. You can see if homeboy's following you or whoever. If he's following you, like it's best to just step aside and like literally like look at him and just like put your hands out and like let him know like, I know you're following me and like I know what I'm doing and like, you know, just know that you're aware of what's going on, instead of just like running to your apartment or like, you know, going like just like step aside, let him pass. So that's the one thing I learned. But other than that, I haven't had to like physically hurt anybody.
I would carry some fucking pepper spray or something.
Yeah. I think or a strap. Yeah. So you have these necklaces, and what do they represent? Is it
literally? I don't know. I like found this like in my like childhood bedroom.
What is it like? Cross?
It's a cross and something else.
Okay, I thought you grew up in certain religions. So
I wish I had a cool story, but
okay,
no,
I was just curious and stuff. But yeah, I mean it's been good ass podcast.
I'm trying to think if I have any other questions, but I think. So in Oklahoma, have you done any dancing stuff?
I teach a couple classes. It's also hard because like it's Oklahoma. Like heels isn't necessarily like.
And you were born here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like. It's kind of frowned upon, you know, because like you don't want your 16-year-old daughter like strutting around in heels, like doing whatever. So it's kind of a hit or miss. But yeah, I teach sometimes. That's about it. Like I'll choreograph like a solo every now and then, but really that's about it. So
yeah, for what you want to do, definitely this is not the place.
definitely not. Like literally, people are like,
yeah, they're.
I've like lost friends because of what I do.
It's just I don't know. I guess it's just because it's just we're so behind on shit, you know, too.
And it's Oklahoma, bro. I mean,
we're in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, that's another
that's
thing
what
too.
Kate was talking about with the whole tattoo stuff. Like tattoos weren't legal until like 06. So even just being tatted was like you were a criminal, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better, but we're behind on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially like you said, dancing in heels and shit. Like that's like people, yeah.
It's like literally when I get here, I'm like, I'm a
Basically,
professional
is what it
dancer.
is.
They're like, I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not a stripper. I'm just a dancer who dances.
Exactly.
Like, it's hard to explain to
Yeah.
people.
I think we covered anything. Is there anything else you want to talk on?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah. AV?
No, that's it, man.
Thank
you for
for real. We do
taking the
appreciate
time.
you.
Yeah, of course,
Coming
of course.
by. We'll leave your Instagram. That's where you want people to really look in. We'll look at we'll leave that in the description, and we're gonna wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Great successful episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.